to OMG Planners with Laurel Denise. We are here for a very special episode. We are talking about garden planning and how you can use your Laurel Denise planner to plan your garden or your little flower box or whatever. It can be as big as multiple beds, or it can be as small as just one little flower pot. But I don't know if you need a whole planner for just a flower pot.
But you can put it into your planner. I'll show you that one. I don't have a green thumb, but I'm trying to do something this year in my life planner.
Have you grown vegetables ever?
No. Not since I was a kid. My mom did. Yeah.
As an adult, have you?
No.
Is the question. Okay.
But, my inside plants, because my husband takes care of those, are gorgeous.
They really
And my kids are fed.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
You're growing the most important crop. And that is America's future children.
Oh, dear.
We're going to have a range. We're going to have like a Lolly-sized gardener. We're going to have a Mabby. And I think my mom.
Your mom is
gardener.
the most advanced.
You think?
She's done it the longest, and she is
retired.
Retired.
Yeah, she's retired.
And the data of it is very much what she likes to have.
Yes.
I call myself a lazy girl, big gardener.
Ooh. That's good. Let's coin that
Lazy
phrase.
girl, big gardener.
Lolly, do you want to start? Okay. So Lolly, what got you into gardening this year?
Well, one of the people who uses our planners, they own this like blooms and gardening and seed and cut flower company called Fuirk Home, and we'll link them in the description. And so she's doing this like seed starter packet thingy, and she asked if we'd be interested in testing it out, and I was like, yes. So I planted little seedlings and followed her directions, and that was but I have wanted to do it for a while, but I just haven't had time. So this year
You've asked me the last couple of years
how to do it
to help you.
Really, I would just like someone to come to my home and garden for me. But it's above my pay grade. So,
and
also
also
figuring out what you need.
Yeah.
Now you're getting the satisfaction of growing your own little blooms. Which
a little bit. And I did it with my daughter, which was cute. Like we had a fun time. But I tried not to like go all ADHD, like buy all the things.
You did a really good job.
Because I wanted to, I'm going to be an expert gardener now. I need all the things.
You did a really good job at just doing a little bit.
I just got a watering can. That's all I bought. I even got down the cute things at Target.
I got her the watering can.
No, I got the watering
on your Amazon. I ordered it on your Amazon and it came here.
Thank you so much for that.
I know the state of your porch.
Yeah. Those flowers.
Oh, we need those. We needed to redo those.
You had a really funny Instagram post where it had like rained or something, and you were like, "It feels good to be a
gardener." Yeah, it like rained one day, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, it was literally. I think that I had like planted the seeds 2 days before, and I'm like, tell you what, feels good to be a gardener today. Don't have to water them plants. Feels good. So I'm going to show you that level of gardening in my planner.
Pumped.
So I got myself a little hourly inserts and put it in here into my project planner. And on the front, when you use hourly inserts, it's like empty on the front. So I decided to use it as a my little seedlings tracker. So I put the plants, named the little seedlings that I got. So columbine, poppy, sweet pea. And then I put like the gardening instructions for them, like full sun, it grows to 6 feet tall, etc., etc. And then I put the days of the month, and I put I planted on the 4th. So the days of the month are down here. And then like when I watered, I watered, it's April now, but I watered these days. And then I was like putting the weather too. So I would fill it in when it was rainy, obviously. And then I put little we saw tiny sprouts. And this is when her instructions said begin looking. This is when it said maybe germination. I don't even know what germination means yet.
That means little sprouts pop up.
Well, tiny,
There's always a range of
yours were healthy
because
mine were healthy.
Yeah.
But now it's April, and I don't know which ones are weeds and which ones are the poppy or the thing.
Oh, the best is to play the "Am I watering a weed?" game.
Yeah,
some summers
I water
a weed until August, and I'm like, oh well, you were a very pretty weed.
So that's what I was doing, and it was really lovely.
I love that's so fun.
I like the doodles.
You like the doodles?
Me too.
Thank you so much for your time. Okay, so I use our adorable green thumb stickers, which are so cute.
Yay.
here. And look at the little
I love
sprout.
that.
It goes all along. He's so cute. So that's what I did. And did it work or not? I don't know. But I was more likely to water it and to keep my head wrapped around it because I could constantly reference that. Now the professional can come in.
No.
I am not the professional.
Neither am I.
You got your seeds from Fuirk Home.
I did, yeah.
And this is how Fuirk Home uses one of her back pages in her planner.
Oh my.
Growing-
Every time I see this, I freak out.
I know. It's very cool.
It's so cool.
Her main business is flowers. So she wants to do as many flowers as she can throughout the year. She does succession planting. So she has
round 1, round 2, round 3.
Yeah.
It was like
Planting. And then this is like it germinates after the yellow, I believe. And this is growth time. And then this is when you would expect to harvest it because it's always a range.
Yeah.
Depending on like how warm the weather is.
Yeah,
How much water it gets. Something.
Look, she's planned it so that she's getting max
boom,
amount of
boom,
flowers.
boom, stalks.
So if you're a flower planter, then this is a great way to track.
so cool. I love it.
Okay.
Oh, it's just so pleasing.
Yeah. And go follow Fuirk Home on Instagram if you
Yeah.
want to look at pretty flowers all the time. Okay, Mabby, let's see yours because it matches your dress.
We all just happened to put flower and gardening shirts
Yeah.
on today. We weren't texting about it last night.
So I used to work at, it was like a produce stand and nursery.
Okay.
And we have a grocery store and they would have excess food and they would want to like donate it. But sometimes there's a time when we couldn't donate it. And I'd see like bushels of tomatoes and I'd be like, oh, you can't waste that. And I would take them home. And that's how I started my canning journey. Because I just would gather so many.
Yeah.
And granted, I've always liked to grow things and tend things, but we were in rentals and stuff. So I couldn't always have these big gardens. So then we moved back home. And then our first project was all of our garden beds. About 800 square feet of gardening beds for plants, for food, vegetables, not counting all the flower beds.
Crazy.
So it's fun. You've watered it for me before
I have.
even. Okay, so what I do is in January, I start brainstorming my list. No. In January, what I actually do is I go like this. And if you're a gardener, you know, you just like pull out all the seed packets and you get very, very excited. And then you add to, you know what girl math is?
Yeah.
Chicken math is kind of the same thing. Well,
Okay.
it's like, I only have 6 chickens and whoops, now I have 16.
Okay.
I think seed packets are the same for gardeners. It's like,
Ah.
you can't ever have enough.
What is this contraption?
So this is how I organize all my seeds. It's dirty because he lives outside. It's not labeled. The labels aren't correct anymore. Now it's just by like season. So this is my spring and these are my greens. I just do spinach. I don't do lettuce. I love that they pick cold packets perfectly. So then some of the other spring things I plant are peas, right? So then by the time you go over here, you get more into some of my direct sow like okra. I did start seeds inside for a long time, but now we're out of space. So I just
I love
my seeds kept here. So I pull this out, I play with my seed packs, and I start thinking about what we want to do. And I make a list of the things I want to start in the spring as soon as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And so like arugula, beets, carrots, lettuce, parsley, peas, and spinach are all spring harvesting foods.
Okay.
On the back of a seed patch for those a seed packet for those beginners, it'll tell you not only like sun requirements and how to plant it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it'll say temperature to plant it and when to plant it. So this guy will tell you how many days to grow him and when you can plant him.
Huh.
This is so helpful.
Now, at this point, I know what's a spring plant
you know
versus a summer plant. And then, so I write it in. I just like to keep these notes and I'll refer to these kind of year to year because it doesn't really change. So I used to start indoors. I don't anymore. So if I start...
And that's when you would, in late February.
And so if I start indoors, that's when I move it, start to move it
Outside.
outside. But I'm just doing seeds. So the range for the seeds is this.
Okay.
And then the last day to plant, because, you know, it does get too hot for some things. Like cilantro can't grow in the summer, even though that's when we want it for guacamole.
And margaritas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the end if I'm succession planting.
Yeah.
The last chance to put in my last round.
Oh my gosh.
And then this is like when I've done it, how long germination is, which I did it better in the summer as a full completed example. I do it as I go, it looks like. I didn't do it here. So I did it here. So like my dill I just put in. I planted it on 4/8. I know to germinate, I'll look for the sprouts during that window.
Mm-hmm.
And then the harvest will be during that window.
What does this last guy say?
When I fertilize it.
What does that mean?
I'm really bad at fertilizing and remembering, but fertilizing, the rain is the best fertilizer. It's a natural fertilizer and everything grows a lot after the rain. But sometimes they need an extra boost, especially if you want a second flush of flowers or if you want a second flush of like some strawberries, if you have ever-bearing strawberries. So then you fertilize them and they get more nutrients.
So you don't water them all during that time?
No, I do. I'll show. Fertilize is like, here's a little drink of fertilizer.
Oh, it's the medicine. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is just how I get myself organized, my wish list.
Okay.
And then I look at the seeds that I have. So I take this list and it drives my schedule. For example, all of these seeds, like I wanted to start then. So you can refer to March. This is what I did is I like made my schedule here. Look, plant Fuirk. I soaked them first. In April, like yesterday, I put the cilantro in.
So this is your like to-do list on the specific day.
So then I can see when I'm doing certain tasks.
Yeah.
When I go to do my planning on Sunday, I look at these giant lists I've made and I kind of plug in. I work from home on Friday. I knew I could get the compost in the truck. And I knew we had the weekend to unload it.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So I take my stuff, what I want to plant, and then I plug in the days. So I'm really excited because so green beans goes in this weekend, and so then I can reference over here my green beans. Thank you. So that's the date that they're going to go in, and then that's the last because I'll succession some of these, and then I'll write down when I planted them, and I'll use the back of the little seed packet to see how long when I should expect them.
Oh,
so cool! I love your process.
It. Part of that buying seeds and planning time is I use my resources. I have like Farmer's Almanac every year will tell you when that last frost date is. And we're kind of moving it earlier. It used to be Mother's Day and my dad's a farmer and it's like, I know you want those tomato plants you see at Lowe's or wherever. I know you want to put them in, but don't because it always freezes.
Yeah,
right. There's an early frost. That's when you see the helicopters over the vineyards. Circulating the air so they don't have a late frost. Yeah. Or the wind turbines now.
Yeah.
But this year the Farmer's Almanac did move it earlier.
Oh,
and we're at the point where we can see the projected that there's no frost. So we can get seeds in the ground a little early. And then these are 2 Instagram accounts. Number 3 is she's like just got so much knowledge. She has like a online support you can join and like lots of homesteader information and a big beautiful garden.
You'll link to all these people
I
in
will.
the notes.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. And then this is a great book, Ruth Stout. It's like from the 70s, The No Dig. It's kind of my lazy girl method.
Love it.
It's like rather than weeding, let's just throw a whole bunch of straw on top and then I don't have to weed. And it holds the water better.
I
don't have to water as much. I do too, but the volume I have.
The volume would be a lot.
And then there's a digital app that some people really like too.
Oh, cool.
So I kind of check those.
You keep your little resources.
I check those and then I also draw my garden.
Yes.
It's just the vegetable portion. Some are perennials. That means they come back every year, like my blackberries are on trellises.
Really? They come back every year?
Oh, and they
How
spread
nice
and they're
them.
vicious and yes. This is our year for them to leap. So first year they sleep, second year they creep, third year they leap. And
so
leap is
more.
like they grow a lot and you get a lot of fruit, Then that goes for every plant. The third year is when they leap.
Ooh.
So I just kind of have my little plan.
What are these?
Those are my big trellises. I gave Nancy a picture of green beans covering the trellises.
That's right.
But I like to do gourds and things so they hang down, like your acorn squashes hang down, and butternut squash in their fun shapes from these big trellises.
Do y'all eat a lot of okra?
Woody and I love it. I know how to cook it so it's still crispy.
And it's not slimy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
like
the key.
Yum. Yep. And then we have pots and things. On top of this, I have my asparagus garden in the front, and it's asparagus season. So these guys, they can grow 2 inches overnight.
Oh my gosh.
So these are perennials. They'll come back.
Oh, you can eat that.
They will come back for like 30 years. And Woody and I planted them, my son, during COVID. And I'm like, you're going to be eating these with my grandchildren.
I know. Oh my God.
And so I've got an asparagus bed and then all the flower beds. And basically my flower beds, you'll see what I've done in my to-do list with that. My to-do list. It's a little embarrassing. It's so much, it's embarrassing.
Well, you used to have inside outside lists. So you've sort of separated this based on like your planting, you're researching. That's pretty cool. You have a research.
Because there's always
to buy, to do with help. to plant.
And then I put when I water and when it rains.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
such a
nice.
good idea.
What I'll do is I pull this out and I'm like, what are we going to do this weekend? Or when I need help or whatever the situation might be. And I'll plug it in here and check it off. I mean, the to-do list is intense this time of year.
I mean,
I've put in about 75 like plants
I have this.
we're
It's
overhauling.
just not plants. So,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, most of our flower beds we're putting in perennials and they're expensive. Or we're splitting them and having more grow. So every year it's like put in some more. My favorite thing is to share perennials. So like if your mom had perennials to split and they came to me, I would put them in and I know that those came from Nancy's mom.
Right.
So I love that the little like spreading of that. I have hellebores and Virginia bluebells that my grandmother planted at my mom's house. When she sold it, I took some. Anyway, so that's what's kind of driving my to-do list. That's why my other planner looked kind of plain.
I feel like you could be a garden influencer. Do you want to do this job?
No, and I don't want to. Oh, so a couple books. I love the names of these books I've been reading. Sleeping with a Sunflower.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
These are old. Like I had to get them on eBay.
Yeah.
Same author.
Oh my gosh.
We'll try and link these if we can.
And they might be on Amazon. And so I got fun with stickers when I set this up because I wanted to use all of Nancy's stickers, like all the
These are the blossoms and blooms.
I really used all of my sticker stash, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't make them as pretty. So not sure what my little titles will be yet.
So you don't pre-set up.
I see.
You are sort of allowing it to adjust.
Yeah, I think I could pre-set up the dates of the stickers here. But this is just kind of like as I think of it.
Yeah.
I know this is a project to do in the summer when it doesn't rain much.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just use lots of her stickers.
I love it.
There'll be lots of canning of tomatoes this month. So I knew
so you're going to do tomatoes.
Yeah. Or like I'll plug in my fertilized dates.
Yeah.
And our goal is we still are doing such heavy like perennial work that eventually I can't wait till it's just that kind of maintenance. I put in my veggie. I don't have to redo a giant bed again, all that.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing the props and the snacks.
I know.
Great work, Mabby. Zone 7A.
Oh yeah, we're zone 7A. I think we're sometimes zone 7B. But
that's for like our weather zone.
Like if you're almanac, I could put it here. If you're there, you put in your zip code and that's your zone. So when you look at the back of these, those are the zones. They're just not written on that. That's a good guy. See, he says sprouts in 7 days, matures in 70.
Oh, so you just count.
Yeah. Or you say, Alexa, what is 70 days from
today?
That's what I do.
Their sweet scent will tell you when they are ripe.
So these are all going to go for my trellises
I
this
want
year.
some of that.
So then they can hang through the trellises.
Squash.
I love it.
Yeah. I feel motivated.
Me too.
Like I wish I had
this morning. I was like coming in here being like, we're going to do the gardener one. And I'm like, I'm not a gardener anymore. It didn't really work. I lost track. Now I want to be a gardener again.
I just need you to do what I say. Go buy yourself some hellebores and plop them in like we talked about.
Okay, where do I buy those?
At Snow's down the road from your house.
Okay. Do you have madres there?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Okay, my mom is retired, number one. And she loves to be outside. And she's always been a gardener. She's always been into canning.
Yeah.
Gardening is like one of the best ways to retire because it's so good for you. There's so much research about
so much and tending something that's growing.
Yep. So she has these 5 garden beds. This is from her 2022 project planner. She used the sewn binding.
Okay.
And so this is just kind of an illustration of
what she did.
And so you saw Mabby's in the back of Mabby's. This is what she used to do in 2022. She splits up her crops by what she starts indoors and what she starts outdoors. So this is her indoor start list. And she says the source where it came from, which like burpee, B is burpee, I know that. And then she does her start date, pot size, soil mix, fertilizer, how many seeds she puts in a pot, did she use heat, germination date, what kind of fertilizer she uses.
She and Joe's could be good friends.
When she repots,
heat,
what the new soil mix is, and then it goes all the way until when she starts harvest and when she ends harvest.
And then she does little notes.
And then she does little notes over there.
Harvesting for salsa. Oh, and so cool.
Part of her issue with this plan is that like the note space wasn't quite large enough. She felt like everything was crowded. She just didn't feel like it was the right organization for herself.
Okay.
She was using the monthly pages, but she wasn't really having enough information to put on the monthly pages.
Okay.
So we talked about it, and I was like, okay, Mom, what if instead of as a month, this was just like your tomato page? So then here are your 3 types of tomatoes. You created your spreadsheet here with the same information. This is very inspired by the project planning page that's
so beautiful.
That will have as an insert coming up.
I know. I always struggle on the title. I always struggle on my titles.
I love the idea of just not even making it about the month. You make it about the plant.
2023, she wanted to be able to go back to 2022 and be like, tomatoes though. Like, I just want to know what happened with the tomatoes.
Yeah. And she has more room for notes.
Yep.
Because she likes the data.
And yes. But then I was like, I don't really know what to put here. I want this to be something. It doesn't have to.
I'm so excited.
So then I did a next one.
So you troubleshot this with your mom. Like you guys discussed and we're trying to solve the problem.
What she decided with the last one is that also she didn't want to live like a 2-planner life. She wanted to be able to take the information from last year and put it in her new planner. So I did it on an insert this time so that she could put it.
Well, you took this from a back page. We'll have these as inserts.
Oh yes,
by the end of this year. But you just snipped a back page.
I snipped a back page.
Yeah.
So then she could move this to the back of her 2023 planner and reference all the information. And then I tried really hard to make this into like a yearly calendar.
Yeah. Nancy, you've been busy, girl.
Right.
When have you had time to do this?
This is what I did yesterday for a bit.
Oh my God.
And I was really excited about it because I was like, this is so cool. Like, you could write a date on here and say like, okay, ordered seeds on this date. Then you could reuse your stickies. But
she didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
You don't?
I felt like this layout, it didn't really make sense. And also, this is all the same information that is here.
You know what? Yes. I think she doesn't need that month side as much because she's retired. She has less appointments, less responsibilities than someone who's going to work. She
knows every day she's going into the garden and doing whatever.
Yes.
If I suddenly found myself with a garden bed, I would do what Mabby did. And I would say like, okay, on March 13th is when I should plant. And then March blah blah is when I should like fertilize according to my seed packet. So then I would know what was coming up.
We need that schedule where she has a looser schedule.
Yeah.
This is cool though.
Yeah, it is.
So this isn't where I stopped though. So then I decided.
But wait, there's more.
I decided this wasn't correct for me. I didn't like this. And so then I went back to how my mom used to have it, where now she just has her entire garden here.
So this is May.
Yeah.
This is May. She's keeping, like, she went to the beach. Like, it rained.
Beans are up.
Beans are up. And so, yeah, she's kind of, because. More traditional.
And she takes notes kind of here.
Yes.
About, I wonder, this could be made, if she was like, all right, tomatoes. She could color. She could do like, and then just look for red for tomatoes.
That's a great idea.
She could do a color thing.
Yes.
To use this more like a traditional planner.
Oh my God, I love that.
I like the color.
Because I took that one that we saw earlier. We all remember that.
I remember.
Where it's one big list and she didn't have enough space for notes.
Oh, these are the project inserts that are coming very soon.
Yes. And I divided them up by like tomatoes, peppers, greens, herbs.
Good news.
And then this is her outdoor seed start, which has a different vertical column here. Greens, roots, vines. And so
Nancy, this is a great use of this.
And it like consolidates it down into 2 sheets. And these are inserts, so she could move these to her next year's planner easily. She has the room for notes.
I really like this because I have no room for notes right now.
Yeah, she has room for notes. This is a really cool way to use the project planner inserts.
Mabby pointed out, like, these numbers don't really have any meaning, so I should maybe, like, white out over them or something.
That's a good idea. Or just, like, highlight over, just make
or,
like, washi tape.
But to have
then washi.
Project task notes, is it? Because you don't need a full project planning page for tomatoes.
You don't, and it's nice to have them, like, consolidated rather than all.
You use a little thin washi right there.
And so I like the idea of like,
and this could be the color that goes with that.
I like that this is not in the back. Like mine, I have the 2 things and I have to flip.
This is great.
Mhm. And there's a key for here because she uses a lot of keys. So, and I'm just really excited about these being inserts. And then she has space here.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
next year in May, she needs to make the kale cage bigger.
Yeah.
These are her notes, her reminders.
Oh my gosh.
She put where her rabbits, where she saw rabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like what you landed on, but I really like seeing the progression.
I know.
And the options, like that was actually really
It's so much work.
interesting.
I know.
Nancy,
I
oh my
could be
gosh,
like,
you're
no.
so good at your job.
Does your hand hurt? Look at all that data you were like writing.
So, but wait,
That's
guys,
so
I have
much.
more.
Oh my gosh, there's more.
Okay. Oh, wait. Before we see that, she had this page in her 2022 planner of her seed order. And I was like, that's so fun. She's keeping track of how much money she spent.
Oh my gosh.
What kind it is. Is it a party time cucumber? Is it a lunchbox cucumber?
Party time?
So I was like, this is fun, but I can make it more fun.
Always.
So I made an insert for her seed order
Oh,
where,
yeah.
and here she can just kind
I
of
love that.
like list out what she wants to order.
Look at the job. Oh, different brand.
And then she can say like, this is a French filet green bean. And so then the next year she could look back and be like, oh, I ordered from Burpee. It was French filet and it was $6.95. So like she was fine with that.
Oh my gosh. And I wonder if another little column could be put in that said if it was good or not.
Oh my God.
Oh,
yes.
Like if she liked it.
Does she grow pimentos still?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean she makes homemade pimento cheese?
She doesn't make homemade pimento cheese.
I was like,
I don't know what
whoa.
she does. Her note on the pimentos was that they were sweets.
Huh?
Made it with an E right there. It's
Oh, I love it.
I know, I misspelled it.
It's cute.
Because I was like, oh no, that's the
happy.
plural. Oh yeah, she said pimento, got 4 red streaked ones, slightly sweet, very thick skin.
Like not worth the effort.
Probably not worth the effort.
I have some of those. I'm like, this yield, this isn't.
This is cool. You can keep this. And then
And
Oh
it's
my
on
gosh.
insert, so you can keep moving
you
it.
keep on going.
Her order number and everything. And then the total on that she spent. Then this pairs well with the next insert,
Okay.
which is her canning one.
Yes.
So here, like tomato sauce in 2021, she canned 320 ounces.
Oh my gosh, that's so
And then
cool.
she can track through each year. At the bottom, she can, just for fun, track how many was her total ounces for the year.
You are her daughter.
But I also thought, like, for tomato sauce, you could do average of, like, 16 ounces of tomato sauce is, like, $5.
Well, how much
You
you
could,
save.
how much you save, and then compare it to how much
yeah.
you
I do that. In
You do that?
That's why I started canning.
That's why you started. Yeah.
Mhm. But I'm like, do you know the family size tomato sauce is like $7 or $8,
Yeah.
and I just canned that for $1.50.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's
Jack's like,
rewarding.
is the $75 savings for the year worth it? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it is. For sure, because it's better. You would probably, to buy that.
Jelly's $10 a jar.
Yeah, for
and to
like
buy that
jelly.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would be
without
like
all the stuff.
That's what
$15.
there's definitely like that, and it would be organic and no pesticides.
Yeah, I think we should quantify with the organic, like,
too.
farmer's market prices.
Me too. Yes, the most expensive thing you could
Yeah.
do. I love this.
So
this is really cool, Nancy.
thanks. So I have yet to show it to my mom.
Ooh, I wonder what she's gonna think.
Because the last time we talked, we kind of settled on this layout.
And she liked that.
She liked it, but the way I was talking about it, she probably didn't like.
I actually kind of like both.
I think you need to color coordinate this before you show it to her.
Yeah, color coordinating.
Even if it's just like a little red dot on the
I hope
Yes.
that's erasable.
It is erasable.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but the pen isn't, so it's perfect.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
perfect.
you don't even have to highlight. You could just do the dot. Like, you know how you did the dot
Yeah.
on your planers?
Water peppers, beans are up. Oh my god,
It's gonna be great.
oh, I can't wait.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear what she thinks. Madre or Padre should comment below and say what they think of
They'll
it.
watch it. They've been
I know
watching
they've been
YouTube.
watching.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
You know everyone's going to want, because every YouTube they ask is where you got your shirt.
Where'd you get your
or
shirt,
whatever.
Nan?
I got this shirt from my personal shopper, Mabby. Mabby found it at
Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Always.
I'm obsessed with
Always.
this.
So as
Mhm.
cute as it is.
Mhm.
We got our clothes from a cool place. Little Shop and Crozet.
Bluebird and Crochet, and
So
they have
cute.
an online shop.
Yeah.
So they have
And I have a
amazing
discount
prints.
code because evidently I'm an influencer now.
We'll have that. We'll have that in the description.
We will.
If obviously if you want a pattern, you should go. But also,
Obviously.
I guess it's not sweater season anymore.
No, they had the best
the
sweaters. Yeah, they have great little blouses and dresses.
They're also
too.
a bookstore
Very
and they have
flowy.
jewelry.
I know they've got a lot going on, but it's all good.
It's
So
a
you're
great
like,
shop
this
in Crozet.
flows.
It's a great shop.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this was it.
That was it.
Do we have a sign off? for the team.
May your April showers bring May flowers and pumpkins.
No.
May your pimento peppers be
Oh my
perky and your cucumbers be cool.
Oh, Nancy doing it! My mom is gonna be jealous.
I feel like your mom could have her own gardener planner. up
I
there.
know.
I don't know if you know this about your mom. That's a weird thing to be like, I know what your mom's doing. Her goal is to do like Fuirk cut flowers so she has flowers all season long. So she did a whole bunch of research. She then printed it and gave me a copy.
She's not a planner girl. She's a legal notepad girl.
But